Hello, everybody. This is Tali Berman, Director of Operations here at PsyTech, and welcome to we have a short segment today. It's the Wesana and PsyTech Close-Up, where I'm happy to introduce and to invite Daniel Carcillo, the CEO of Wesana Health, as well as Hayim Raclaw, the CEO of PsyTech. And just to give a little context and framing to this conversation, I'm sure many of you have read the press release about the very exciting recent acquisition of PsyTech by Wesana Health. There's been lots of excitement and feedback around this and lots of questions sort of about what's behind the acquisition, sort of what led to it, and what's the vision forward. So this is kind of a close-up behind the scenes, further understanding about how this relationship came together and what's the vision and what you're hoping to accomplish together as a bigger team. So first of all, thank you both for being here. And I want to start by asking just a little bit about the inception of this whole coming together. How did the two of you and the two companies become ultimately introduced? And you guys, whoever wants to field it first is welcome to go for it.
I'll jump in because I think the credit for Daniel and I first meeting was an event like this. It was actually a PsyTech event in which Daniel had already been in our consciousness because of what he's been doing. And we very much wanted Daniel to join and participate in one of our events. And what was supposed to be, I think, like a 15-minute conversation of introduction with Daniel and myself, I think you were there as well, Tali, and the team, turned into an hour conversation in which it was obvious we shared some core elements of our vision.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that was a panel with veterans and athletes and 𝗙ecie Gould, the 𝗍𝘀 project, who's doing some really amazing work, and just realized very quickly, obviously in talking to a lot of different companies in this space, a lot of different people taking different routes, as far as, some emulating traditional biotech and others really focusing on patient outcomes and developing therapies specifically for those outcomes. So that's definitely what PsyTech is all about, and that's what my mission is and Wesana's mission is to get boots on the ground and treat people as quickly as possible, as well as develop therapies that will be there in the future to really help support healing and neurological wellness. So couldn't be a better marriage.
Yeah, I remember that first conversation. There was definite palatable synergy, I think, on our initial calls and in the panels moving forward. So I want to just dig a little deeper into, I know for Wesana Health, there are many different companies out there that you could have pursued for acquisition. And I know coming from PsyTech's position, we are approached by other companies as well. So I'd love to hear from each of you what made you feel like the respective company was a good complement to what you were looking for. What were the aspects or the components that made you feel like this is a good match, that we would really complement each other?
Two things. So one is what's on paper, and the other is the components that are crucial that couldn't be put on paper. So from a strategic point of view, what Wesana was doing, where Wesana is aimed and where PsyTech is aimed, are very much complementary. So there's very little overlap and a lot of complementarity. So if there's a continuum in healthcare from the development of impactful therapies and wellness regimes, that's where Wesana's core competence, and it's a potent competence, was. And we were on the other end of that spectrum in the delivery of therapeutics and wellness regimes with 𝗏𝗏𝗏 clinics, which will be Wesana clinics, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏 solutions, which will be Wesana solutions. So it was a union that was very easy to do from a strategic point of view. And the part that's harder to put down on paper, but was very crucial to us, was the ethos of the company, which Daniel, as the founder and CEO, really led. And that is, there's a lot of talk in this industry, we certainly say the same thing, about doing well and doing good simultaneously. We want to demonstrate that that's plausible in healthcare, to do well and do good. And that's something I recognized in Daniel and Wesana from day one, is that the mission was the focus. And that's the kind of people, that's the kind of company that we wanted to create a union with. I'll stop there, Daniel. Please add to it.
Yeah, I mean, I echo a lot of the same sentiments. We definitely are aligned in thought with patient-focused therapies, and then just strategically tapping into the biggest clinical network with that psychological support. I think is crucial. The number one cause of death after TBI is suicide. My community needs that support. The veteran community needs that added level of support. This isn't about adult use for us. And so I really like the fact that we can offer support to our community, and then also have boots on the ground collecting what I think is going to be extremely crucial in this industry, which is data, to better help inform both future drug development, whether that comes in partnership discussions with MAPS, or whether we develop that or different therapies and drugs just solely in Wesana. A lot of this information is crucial in understanding how these therapies are working, and finding signals in others to figure out how they could work on many other different levels. So we're really excited about the acquisition, and we've already started to get to work. So there'll be more information coming in the future.
We definitely share a work ethic.
That's an important one. That's an important one too. Absolutely.
The lawyers had to catch up to Daniel.
Yeah, we got a high metabolic rate for sure, but Hayim and his team, and that includes you, Tali, we're all excited to integrate and continue to push this forward.
Awesome. And I think we all feel that enthusiasm for sure. It's like it's a beast that just gained new energy, new growth, and exponential more resources to make the impact we all want to make. And so for the last couple minutes we have left, we've talked about it a little bit, but I want to see if either one of you have anything to add to know what our joint aspirations are moving forward. So identifying, okay, this is a good match. Here are the things that complement each other. With that, what are your aspirations as a bigger enriched company?
Daniel, why don't you take this first, please?
Sure. Yeah. For my community and for the veteran community and those that suffer from neurological ailments, whether that comes from physical insults or emotional, we just want to be there to support people and to help them understand how these therapies and also other aspects of their life are integrating into their healing journey. We want to be able to be at the forefront of diagnostics and be able to personalize and individualize this care. And so that is what we will continue to do as we develop both drugs and the technology that will accompany them. So yeah, we're fully committed to the patient experience. And I believe when you're at the forefront of an industry like this, that you have to touch both drug development as well as the technology, data collection, and the actual delivery of those therapies that you're developing.
I'll just add to it, saying that our mission together, broadly speaking, is the same mission that each company had individually, and that is to become a highly valued company in the space of neurological and mental health and wellness, and highly valued by patients that will be seeking care, leveraging the drugs we develop at the clinics we run, all the way through to the clinics we run, highly valued by the clinicians that will be using the therapies that we develop, the technological tools we make available, and highly valued by the market and the investors that believe in us and support us.
Amen to that. Let's get to work, people.
Thank you,
Enough of this yap. Let's get to work.
On that note, yeah, I'm going to get back to work. So I'm sorry I couldn't be there on the panel. Got an important discussion that I got to leave you guys for. So we'll see you soon. Thanks, Hayim. Thanks, Tali.
Thanks, Daniel. See you guys. Take care. Bye.